Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartUpTrading.com. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, October 9th. So I want to make this short and sweet. We have an unusual, it happens like a few times a month, but we haven't seen it for a while. Um, we have a significant iron condor on the SPX today, and it is, plus or minus, uh, a fair amount, to be honest with you. Uh, you've got 27 and a half points plus or minus yesterday's close. So yesterday and it's not technically yesterday's close, it's just around where we closed. We closed yesterday at 67.54, let's call it for the sake of rounding. Uh, you can see that you can go up to 67.75 to 67.80. There's 20,000 on the calls that are the top end of the iron condor, and on the put side there's 21,000 on the put side at 67.20 to 67.15. So that midpoint I posted in there is 67.47 half. So if you look, I don't care if you trade the the NQ. Today is one of those days that no matter what you're trading, you've got to watch. If you're trading equities, you've got to pay attention to the cash market. You got to pay attention to SPX because these buffers should hold, right? I would say they have like probably an 87% chance of holding. Uh, uh, with maybe you get a couple seconds on one side of it or the other. But I'll have this. I have this in red for you and green, right? The bottom end is in green. And that's basically yesterday's low, is what they're saying. With that structure that we had yesterday, that is safe. And they're saying that you're not going to get up past here. You can see the toss 1 day expected move is slightly higher. It's at 67.8710, right? And just so you know, the uh, the long term for the day and the week, we do have the call wall for today and the week now is at 68.10. So there is room above this. There is room above the toss 1 day expected move. And the long term call wall, right, is up at 7,000. And that's mainly because the JPM short call strikes up there that expire at the end of the year. That's what added a lot of volume to that strike. But that's right where it is. Uh, so there is room to the upside. I just don't see it playing out today. Today can be a frustrating day. Keep in mind that that midpoint is pretty much just slightly over these overnight swing or yesterday's swing lows, right? So we had a swing low at 12:50 yesterday, basically another one at 3 o'clock. So uh, at 1 o'clock and at 3 o'clock we had a couple swing lows. That's pretty much the midpoint of this iron condor, and then there's your buffer. So uh, even if we hit one side or the other, it doesn't mean that we're gonna, you know, flash down. It doesn't mean if we run up to here that it's gonna be the greatest short in the world that we're just gonna roll over back towards the midpoint or even a quarter point. It can happen, but if you start heading on to one side or the other, you can kind of, see if you're one time framing up. I usually find these days to be slightly frustrating, and I'm just going to skip it. It's a great day to take off trading. Usually you don't have these markers that are so pronounced on the board. Uh, I'm not saying that you can't scout, but you shouldn't be looking for anything. Once you get close to this, you shouldn't be looking for anything higher. Once you get close to the bottom of it, if you do, you shouldn't be looking for anything lower. You should assume that it's going to hold. Of course, this trader, right? It's a whale, can take these positions off. They can roll it to something else, but normally they're gonna try to keep it on for the whole day and just cash in. They're just selling what they find are extremes. So with that said, uh, we can look at the overnight stuff. We have that poor structure again. That swing low on the ES is around what you're looking for. and then we have structure down from 25 231 to 25 172. Uh, that we'll see what happens, but again, I look for it to be kind of a false start day. We'll see. Sometimes these iron condor wings can, draw as magnets. You get a test on one side or the other, but very rarely do you get a test on both sides. It does happen, but again, look for this to hold and look for this to be a frustrating, boring day. And I think there will be easier days to make money than today. That's my 2 cents for you. Take it for what it's worth, but you've got the boundaries if you want to see if we can test one of them or the other one. If we test one of them and you ride it into that, I would not try to be greedy and ride it into the other one. You guys have a great day. We'll see what Jack's looking at next. And tomorrow we should be setting up for, it's the Friday. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of a drive one way or another a little bit. But I think we're going to do some digesting today. Take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.